Hello and welcome back to Hello. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanice and thank you for coming back if you are not new here. And if you are new here, welcome to my page. I hope that you will like me enough to subscribe. No. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanice and thank you for coming back if you are not new here. And if you are new here, welcome to my page. I hope that you will like me enough to subscribe. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanice, and if you are new here, thank you for coming, tuning in. Hello, welcome, all of that good stuff. If you're not new here and you are a returning subscriber, I want to thank you, first of all, for subscribing. Second of all, for returning for another video. So as you can see, the quality of this video is a lot different than the videos that I have posted in the past, and that is because I am using my iPad to record today because I believe I left my camera battery charger in North Carolina when I went home last week. So the quality is going to be a little different. So I can either get me a new camera, which I've been wanting to do, or until I can find my charger. Hopefully it's somewhere close. So anyways, today I wanted to do a video on my travel nurse contract. Okay, I gave him the wrong toy. Give me a second. So today I'm going to kind of break down my contract as a travel nurse and kind of just tell you what I would do differently. This is my very first contract that I'm on. It does end at the end of this month in November. And there are a few things that I'm trying to change around. I am going to extend the contract. I am going to extend with the same floor and everything, but there are a few things that I'm going to do differently this go round. So I'm going to make this video, or try to. My technical skills might not be at the par right now, but I'm going to try to do the part where I show you guys my contract or my paycheck stub, and it'll be a picture of that and maybe do a voiceover. So in order for me to do that, I want to just go ahead and talk about what I would do differently. And then hopefully the whole voiceover and getting you a full picture of the contract and everything, I'll be able to do that later on in the video if I can get that done. So the first thing that I want to do differently is I want to change my overtime rate. Currently, I'm making $87 whenever I work overtime or holidays. And I have noticed that a lot of the same girls that work on the same floor and are also working through my same agency are getting like $125, $135. Now, don't get me wrong, your hourly rate is the taxable rate. So I'm getting taxed as if I am living in North Carolina, because North Carolina is my home. So I'm still paying North Carolina state taxes. And so I am getting, if I make more money will be taxed. However, I still feel like if I were to work at $135 an hour of overtime and holiday pay, that would be a huge difference compared to $87. So I am getting paid $58 an hour. And then with my stipends, I'm getting, I want to say, just thinking off the top of my head, around like $970 a week for housing and food. Altogether, my contract came out to about $3,200 a week. And after taxes, if I work 3 days a week, I normally see about $2,600 a week. And so like I was saying, before taxes, my contract says I'm supposed to make $3,200 a week. After taxes, working 3 days a week, I make around $2,600 a week, which is really good. I was making that working 2 weeks, 4 days a week almost, or at least 4 days the first week of the paycheck and 3 days the second week of the paycheck. I was making that in 2 weeks basically at my full-time job working at the hospital in North Carolina. So it's still, even just working 3 days a week, it's a wonderful amount of pay. So yeah. So that's what I would change first. I would change my overtime rate. The next thing I would change is I would try to make sure I get block scheduling. Now, thankfully, the floor that I'm working on currently, the manager and the scheduler, they are very good about giving me the days off that I want to get off, not having to work every weekend. I am working on Thanksgiving holiday, but that's fine with me because they gave me enough days off to go to North Carolina last week. And so I would, but I still, if I were to go to any other facility, I would definitely make sure that I had block scheduling in my contract, because I have friends who are travel nurses and they do not have block scheduling in their contract, and they work very sporadically throughout the week. And me, I do not really care for nights that much, but I am on nights right now. And I just need to go ahead and get them all out the way, so I can feel like I live a regular life throughout the rest of the week. So I would definitely get block scheduling in my next contract. The next thing that I would change is making sure I get some kind of float pay, because as a travel nurse, if they're going to float anybody, they're going to send anybody else to another floor, it's going to be you. And my friend, she was actually floated to a different hospital, and that was not in her contract. So they are giving her an extra couple of $1,000 to float, because her position is actually a float position, and she was not aware of that at the beginning of their contract. But they're also going to back pay her for that. But just to avoid needing to be backtracked or back paid and all that stuff, I would just make sure that if you are going to be a float nurse, I would definitely make sure I found that out and made sure that getting float pay was in my contract. So the last thing I would say is the length of my contract. I definitely want to change that. So I'm currently on a 13-week contract. I'm on a 13-week contract. My next contract, I wish I could do 4 weeks. That way it would take me until Christmas, and I can get Christmas and New Year's off. However, being tied down to one facility for 13 weeks and you not, especially if it's the very first contract that you've had at this facility, I would definitely get it 8-week contract just to see if you like it, because if it's a 13-week contract and you're behind, doesn't like it, it's going to be a miserable 13 weeks. Now, anything is doable, but it's going to be a miserable 13 weeks. So another thing that I would change with my next contract are guaranteed hours, if that is possible, because I got called off work last night. Now, guaranteed, I've been here since the last week of August, and this was the first week of November. So I've been this whole time without getting called off. However, it was not a good feeling knowing that if I don't go to work tonight on the night that I was supposed to have off to make up those hours, I would be short 12 hours, and I'm getting paid $58 an hour. That's a little over $600 that I would be short on my next check. So with that being said, I would definitely try to make sure I have guaranteed hours on my next check. So those are the things that I would change. I'm going to now try to do a breakdown of my paycheck and also kind of show you guys my contract. Oh, just because I forgot to state this at the beginning, I am currently on contract through Aya. I'm traveling with Aya right now. I do want to see what other agencies have available. Because I heard Aya is probably the lowest paying, but I'm kind of satisfied with what I'm getting paid right now in my situation. So we'll just see how that goes. I'm not, bigger isn't always better. So we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I am going to holler at you guys later. So this here is my paycheck stub from September. This is whenever I worked 4 days a week. So you see, for the 40 hours, I got the $58 an hour. After that, the additional 10 hours of overtime were paid at $87. I'm also getting dental and vision, and it's actually pretty good insurance. You see the taxes. I am paying North Carolina state taxes because that's my home. But then you also see the meals reimbursement, which is $385. That was for my 3 days last week. And then my housing stipend was $672 for that week also. And I'm only getting housing and meals for 3 days a week. So I don't get that if I work. I don't get anything extra if I work 4 days a week. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, please write them down below in the comments down below. Any video suggestions, please suggest them down below. And I really appreciate you guys watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Mwah. Peace.